Hi class. I wanted to make a video with some additional content about the AI videos and about the content from week one. In general, students seem to have liked the AI videos almost as much as real human recorded videos. Most of you didn't have a preference, so 136 of you were neutral on the question of whether you prefer AI to human videos. And in fact, 51 of the students said that they liked AI better than the human videos. But I don't want the 79 of you who prefer human videos to feel like you're stuck with just AI videos. So I wanted to record a bunch of the stories I would have told if I'd been giving the lectures myself. Maybe they'll be useful as context for some of these course topics, and maybe you'll find some of them interesting. But if you're one of the people who is happy with the AI because it didn't go off on tangents or stumble over its words, you're welcome to skip this video altogether. Also, to prove that I'm a real human and not an AI, this is my dog. AI can do people pretty well, but it would have a hard time doing a person with a dog. So here you go. This is how you can know for sure that I am in fact really giving a talk now. So all right, I'll let you go off to your spot. Okay. So I wanted to tell you a few stories that relate to the content for week one. This is a course, ICS5, that I've taught since around 2009. And for a few years before that, I taught a different course that was on social issues and computing more broadly. And this topic, the sustainability, was a 2-week chunk of that class. But then I had a chance to expand this course out and make it into a full course, and that's how this came about. And then it became an online course in around 2012 with a grant from from the UC Office of the President. And so I wanted to tell one story about why I feel like science is important. One of the topics from week one was scientific thinking. And I feel like science makes the world better. And to me, it's inherently interesting. Humans love to learn. We are a learning species. Even though the U.S. education system tends to crush that out of people pretty early on in the process of their education. The reason people like video games is because they allow you to learn new kinds of systems. People really like to learn in general, and it is just the way that certain education unfolds that makes it unpleasant. So, but for me, science is really neat, and the way the world works is a really interesting set of phenomena, and science allows me to understand it more fully. So that's one of the reasons, in addition to the benefits of being able to make new technologies and improve our standards of living, I think science is just inherently really interesting. We then talked about sustainability a bit, and sustainability is generally really a hard topic to get your head around, in part because it involves systems thinking so much that ultimately, sustainability is a really slippery topic. It's hard to understand how to solve for all of the problems at once. On the one hand, maybe you can solve for how do we address the energy problem, but if you fix energy, you might have pollution or biodiversity loss or some other set of issues emerge. Whereas if you fix biodiversity loss, maybe you can do that without addressing the energy problem. And so that was really the topic, which is why the Zot graph system that we're working with in over the course of this quarter came into existence. We got an NSF grant maybe 4 years ago to try to build that system, and now it's a core part of ICS5. And what I find interesting about it is that it allows students to make their own connections across all of the different topics. And so one of the reasons we have so many small videos, all of the little AI videos, they are the source material that you can use to string together into the Zot graph concept map that shows all of the things that you understand and shows how they all fit together. The last story I wanted to tell is in fact a story about stories. So humans are, in our essence, we're storytelling animals. We're really good at learning from each other's experience. So, for example, if I'm, I don't need to have seen a kid get run over in order to know that can happen, and therefore I should make sure to hold my daughter's hand when we're crossing the street. the ability to learn from other people's experience is one of the things that makes us really effective as a species. And so on the topic of storytelling, I feel like that's a really important piece of the sustainability puzzle, because the ways that you will learn potentially are from stories from me, and hopefully the AI videos do an okay job of presenting some of the stories, but here are some more stories as well. And I feel like that's one of the really important parts of education, and specifically education about sustainability. Understanding what the right stories are that can help people really develop their own mental model of what is good in the world, what they would like to see more of, and how they can bring that to pass. So we'll be touching on stories over the course of the quarter several times. But so I just wanted to share a few stories. I'll do this for each of the weeks. I'll check back in with some of the anecdotes that would have gone along with the content. The AI ultimately is presenting content that I helped write, and so it includes many of the examples that I would have used and a lot of the core concepts that I want to present. But I also wanted to give a few other sort of personal anecdotes, because hopefully that will make the connection between the instructor stronger, which a number of you seem to be missing from the AI videos. So that's all for now. Thanks very much, and I'll talk to you soon.